everyone, I'm Nidhi, and in this video, I'm going to show you one amazing outreach method which is definitely impossible few years back. Well, imagine what if you could find unlimited leads, write custom emails for them, identify their specific pain points, and pitch your services to them all automatically sitting in India. You could do this for all kinds of businesses in the US while you're here in India. Well, this is an outreach technique we're going to use by using some simple and basic AI tools which can automate all of these factors for you in this video. Well, before AI agents, if you would have done this manually, it would have definitely taken you months of research and writing, but that has changed now. I'm going to be using some basic AI tools for this automation process, such as Apollo, API-Fi, N8N, and Instantly. By the end of this video, you're going to have a full-fledged system on how to find their businesses, research their problems, send them personalized pitches while you sleep. So let's start the video and let's do the first step. We're going to use Apollo for this. Let me share my screen. So the first step here is to use apollo.io, right? And this is a free tool, by the way. This is a directory where you can go ahead and find a list of all types of businesses, their owners, their email IDs. So go ahead, start using this. It's a free tool. Now, this is how my home screen looks like. What I want to do is I want to click on the left-hand side of my screen and you'll find a tab called People. Once I click on this, I will have a list of all people here, but I need to filter this out. So let's say for the purpose of this video, we will target US-based restaurants and pitch our services to them. What we need to do for this, if you see, you get a tab here called as email status. Once you click on this, we want verified email. So make sure that you click on this. Then we move ahead and if you see job titles, right? So who are the people that we're looking for? So let's say we're looking for managers and owners of restaurants. Those are the people we want to reach out. So I have filtered this data out right here. Perfect. Now let's move on to location, right? So I will have to go ahead and put in my location. Let's say I'm doing this for San Francisco Bay Area. Perfect. So this is my location right here. Then if you move on to industry and keywords, I want to target restaurants. I'm going to type restaurants here. And you will see that this data is being filtered out as and when I keep adding my filters. I'm going to go ahead and click on restaurants. Perfect. So if you see, these are the list of all the restaurants that are there in San Francisco Bay Area, the job titles of managers, what the company name is, email IDs, phone numbers, and actions. Now, how do I go ahead and use all of this data? So I'm going to do one very simple step. Make sure you focus on this. This is the URL that is there, right? So I'm just going to click on this and do a Control-C function. I have to copy this URL. And the next step is now to move on to API-Fi, okay? So copy this and let's move to API-Fi. Now, if you see on my screen, this is how API-Fi looks like. Now, API-Fi is basically a marketplace for different kinds of automation tools and also used for web scraping and used for small APIs, right? Now, we don't want to go ahead and pay money in Apollo, and there is a way around this. So we're going to use Apollo Scraper right here. You can see this on my screen. And once I click on this, you can see search URL, right? I will have to completely delete this and go ahead and paste the URL that I asked you all to copy, okay? Now you can see total number of records required. I have done this as 100 and we definitely want a clean output. So make sure that this is checked. What I want to do is I want to get an Excel sheet out of this so that I can use the data. If I would have done the same thing in Apollo, it would have cost me money. That's why we're using the Apollo scraper right here. And this is how we run it. So I'm going to click on save and start. Perfect. So you can see on the right top of my screen that it's running the actor and it's generating the output for me. It's going to give all the data of all the restaurants, their email IDs in an Excel sheet, which I can actually export and then use it further. Perfect. So it's currently getting the data for me. It's going to take about a minute or so. And you can see right now I'm not being charged for this. You can see that here I have usage, free usage till 14th of September, I think. So yeah. Perfect. Now, do you see? I just had to copy paste the URL, put it here, and I have all the details right here in front of me. So I get the organization's website URL, I get the LinkedIn URL, name, photo, industry, headline, so and so. So all the details right here. Now, how do I go ahead and download this? So you will see on the top right of my screen, I get an export option. I'm going to click on this. Once I click on export, I want to do this in CSV format and I will download the sheet. So you can see the sheet is downloaded. Next step is to put it in an Excel. So what I'm going to do is go to Sheets right here. I will name this as, so if you see on my screen, I have gone ahead and named this as C1, which is Restaurant and Owners List in San Francisco Bay. All you need to do is click on File and import the data from your own devices. This is how it looks like. So on my all columns, I have the raw leads right here. I have all the URLs. And this is one manual column that I have generated here. I've set email 1, Instagram, because I will show you the workflow around it, but just go ahead and make sure that this tab is generated. And yeah, there is also one more subsheet I've created around local Instagram influencers because I want to pitch services to my restaurant and say that we can go ahead, generate more leads for them, have more views for them, and we can appoint local Instagram influencers for that. So just do a simple GPT or a Claude search and paste this data. Now we've done 3 steps here. We have got to Apollo, we have pasted the URL in API file, we've exported the data to an Excel sheet. Now comes the part where we run an automation and we're going to use a tool called N8N for this. This basically automates different kinds of workflows. And for this, we want it to extract all of the data from the raw leads that we have, use their email IDs, find their pain points. We're going to make GPT do that and then craft an email and even send it to them. That's the workflow we are creating. Now, this is how my N8N screen looks like. And if you see, this is the workflow that I have already created. Question is, will you have to create the workflow? No, you can go ahead and simply import the workflow that I'm using. Let me show you how to do it. So if you go here, this is how the dashboard looks like, and you can click on create workflow, right? I will share the template. And here, if you see, you have these 3 dots, click on those and you will be able to import from file. I will be sharing this in a JSON format with you. Once you click on this, you will get this and the workflow will automatically come on your N8N as well. So no need to create that. Let's move on and see how the workflow. All right. So let me just give you a quick overview of how the workflow is going to run. This is about the rows in the sheet that we just created. So this basically reflects all the Excel entries, the names of the business owners, their email IDs, etc. And I've done some basic entries here to execute my step. So you can see my list name, the C1 RNO in San Francisco Bay is mentioned here, and we want to get sheet from raw leads. My next step here is that if this appears, this is the limit right here. Now, if you see, we've set some parameters here. For example, there is an if parameter that if the email ID reflects only, then the workflow is going to go ahead, otherwise not, because there is a possibility that the sheet will not have a couple of emails. So we don't want it to pause in that loop. So this is one parameter here. Then we've set a limit here as well. And if you see, we've created a loop. Now, once it identifies the email ID, there is an Instagram email generator from ChatGPT that we have integrated into this workflow. Let me just open this up and quickly show you. So my prompt will be reflected here and my GPT prompt is automatically taken into this workflow. It says that you are, let me just enlarge in this, right? So this is the expression. We've given it a role of an email copywriter. This is the research on the organization, and we want to write a concise, engaging message that addresses the problem of the restaurant owners. Now, you don't have to do this for hundreds of businesses manually. We have integrated the ChatGPT function into the workflow. You can put this prompt and you can see an example of your result also is reflected here, right? So I'm going to go back, close this. And finally, once it identifies the email ID, ChatGPT will run the prompt, create an email, and if you see, this email will automatically come on my sheet. So I'm going to be getting email templates customized to the pain points of those specific businesses just by running this workflow. So let's go ahead and execute the workflow. Now, if you see this workflow is running, it's going ahead and generating this for me, and one is tick marked. Then it's going ahead and getting Instagram influencers as well. Let it generate a couple of them, and I'm going to go back to the sheet that we created. Correct. And if I just scroll on the right of my screen, it's going to keep adding the emails. Do you see entry number 2 was not there? Now we can see entry number 2 as well. Let me just put this into a format that we will be able to read. Correct. Perfect. Now it's going ahead and creating more entries. So we have the third email, the fourth one as well. And let's see for the fifth one, it's going to generate this. So the workflow is doing its magic, and my fifth email is also here. Now let's see whether the emails are actually customized to the pain points of those specific businesses. Let me enlarge in this and read. Okay, so if we look at the entry number 4, it says, "Hey Matt, I was checking out your work on LinkedIn and just wanted to say, take a trip around the world one bite at a time. So and so is exactly the kind of experience makes people remember you. Here's the thing, you often struggle to get time to plan, execute influencer campaigns on Instagram. I've done some digging for you. I've found 5 Instagram. So it's specifically finding Instagram influencers that can help their restaurant, and goes ahead, gives a step-by-step plan. And I am so and so person reaching out to share actionable insights. If any idea resonates, I want to chat." So this is one pain point it found out about Epicurean Escape Catering. Let's look at the next one. Okay, so the next one is Sean. We have understood his LinkedIn, and this is Mustard Grills. It says that Cindy Porklin's deluxe truck shop has been a Napa Valley landmark for over 30 years, which speaks volumes about the legacy and quality you are carrying forward. So you see, for every single restaurant, it's carrying out a different research. Everything happening because of the workflow that we have created. Now, here's the thing: many restaurant owners are not using Instagram influencers to boost their visibility. Partnering with local food influencers can instantly expand your customer base. So, perfect outreach message also being crafted. I did some legwork for you. I found 5 local influencers. What you can do: invite them for a free food tasting, send them a DM. Most of them will attend, encourage them to share experiences, so and so. The list of influencers is there, and your name. And if you see, every single email is being generated. Now, if you see, I'm on entry number 9, and it will go ahead and generate all of these emails for me. Let the magic happen. We're going to stay back and see that every single entry for every single row is being done. How easy does my job become? Perfect. So we have another one as well. Now, if you see, my sheet has about 100 entries, right? And it is already crafted emails for, wow, it's still doing the job, and about 19 are already done. Now, to be able to do 100, it's going to take a couple of more, it's going to take around half an hour, 45 minutes. We'll not wait for that. So I'm going to go back. See, emails are still being generated. I'm going to go back and stop the workflow for now. Correct. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this. Correct. This brings me to my next step, that yes, we have a list of restaurants, we have the email IDs, we have the pain points, and we have emails as well. But how do I send out these bulk emails? Do I have to do that manually as well? No. So I'm going to take you to another AI tool, which is called as Instantly, and this is going to automate your email sending out process. Let's do that. So this is how Instantly looks like, right? This is, you can go ahead and log into Instantly. Now, Instantly here is not a free tool, so you will have to pay money for this, but you can go ahead and try out a free trial and see how this works out for you. Now, we will be launching a campaign here, and we want to automate the email process. So I'm going to go ahead and click on campaigns right here. If you see, this is the campaigns. I'm going to add new, and I will name this, right? So I'm going to name this my campaign R and O SF Bay. All right. And I will click on continue. Correct. So now one thing to keep in mind while you're dealing with Instantly is that you need to go ahead and get pre-warmed accounts. The reason is that if there is no manual activity if there's no manual activity happening here, it might just flag your account. But The upside to this is that you can go ahead and purchase this. So if you see, I will click on add new, and you will be able to get access to pre-warmed accounts where some activity has already happened, and you can purchase these emails from instantly and immediately start working on these. So if I see pre-warmed accounts, you can start sending right away. You don't have to wait, and setup is also not required. Once I click on continue, you will see that all of these domain names are available, right? So let's say that I click on this one and it's $15 that it's charging me. I will click on next, and here is where you go ahead and put out your domain URL, right? So go ahead and put out your company's URL here. For example, for me, I would be putting a Lossico or SkillArbitrage URL. And once this is done, you will be able to see that my total price here is $65 and I can place the order. This is a very important step. You will have to purchase this to be able to do this activity. And you can see per account, I can only send 40 emails. So very important that you go ahead and purchase this. I already have some purchase ones, so I'm going to continue on that. Now let's move on to campaigns and understand the primary part of this exercise on how to send these emails. Okay, so this is my campaign RNO SF Bay Area. I'm going to click on this. So once I'm on my campaign, the next step is to go ahead and add the leads, right? So I'm going to go back on this sheet first. These are all my leads right here, and I want to download this file that we created, and I'm going to download this in a CSV format, right? We'll go back to instantly, and I want to add leads. I will upload this in a CSV format. I can simply drag and drop them here, and you see that all my leads are now here. We have to map it. Now here, when you're mapping all of the entries, you have to focus on the first name, last name. Make sure that the email is correct, right? Personal email is not required here. The organization website URL. So this is map to website. Then once we go below, you need to make sure. Yeah. So once you move here towards the end, you will see email number one, Instagram, and this is what is a custom variable. So you have to make sure to map it in that manner. So this is done, and we can scroll down, and you will be able to see that you have to verify leads. It's going to charge you just 25 cents. So make sure you click on this, and that's when we're going to go ahead and upload all of the entries, right? Are you, so it's going to say this will upload 86 contacts to your campaign and 14 had errors. That's completely fine. You click on OK, and it is uploading this for me. Okay, so now that this is done, it's going to take you to step number one, and this is your subject line. Let me show you how you can write a customized subject line. So I'm going to write hi, and if you see the option here next to preview, I'm going to insert the first name. So all the first names will be directly picked up, and I'm going to say this is what you can do for, and then I'm going to go ahead and put their website URL. Let me show you a preview of this. So can you see this? Hi Atif, this is what you can do for Mirchi Life. It automatically picks up all the data for me, and we can go ahead and send a test email on this as well. Let's move on. Now, once you've gone ahead and written the subject line, what you need to do is write the body of the email. So you can see I have an insert variable option right here. I'm going to click on this, and this is where we choose the email one for Instagram, and it automatically incorporates this. Let's look at the preview. There you go. You see, it has taken up the first name, the website URL of the restaurant, and made a customized message. What I can do is start sending test emails right here. The message about us reviewing their LinkedIn, what are the pain points, how we can make it easy for them, what are the steps that they can follow. Every single thing is mentioned here just by the click of a button. Now, once you've done this, all you need to do is click on save. Your campaign will be saved. The next thing is to schedule your email. So you see a schedule option right here. You can go ahead, name it, make sure that the timing is their working time. So I selected 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., which is their US working time. You can go ahead, select on the days, save this. And once the scheduling is done, you go to options. Go ahead, make sure that link tracking is enabled, right? You can go ahead, do delivery optimization as well, set up a maximum daily limit, and go ahead and launch this. Once all of this is done, all your emails automation will be launched. Let me show you how you can also check the deliverability score. So I'm going to go back and check one of my earlier campaigns that we had launched. And you can see this is the sequence, what is the open rate, what is the click rate, opportunities, conversions. We've just done a test trial for this, and you can see analytics also can be checked right here. Once you've launched the campaign, every single insight, even on your A/B testing, how many have replied, how many have clicked, the opportunities done will be reflecting right here on your dashboard. Now, exactly in this manner, you can go ahead, reach out to not hundreds, but thousands of different businesses in the US sitting right here in India, find out all their key personnel, find out their email IDs, make an email personalized to their pain points, automate the workflow, and even see how many are replying. Just imagine if you pitch one service to thousands of businesses, and once you do tens of your services and products, all sitting here in India by the click of a button. Let me know how you found it. These are basic AI tools you can definitely use. How to work with these tools is going to be game changing for you. All your services, products, pitched to US startups, SMEs, business owners sitting here in India. Let me know how you found it. And if you want to learn more such skills on how you can scale your businesses up and learn more skills around AI on how business owners could benefit from sales processes, definitely come and attend our 3-day online live bootcamp, Saturday to Monday, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. We will learn lots of amazing skills and learn much more. Well, I'm Nidhi signing off, and I will definitely see you there. Bye bye.